Okay. Okay. What's going on, ladies? Happy Friday. It's finally Friday. This has been a long week, right? It's been a fun week. Raven Beauty, I appreciate you, boo. You're fucking amazing. All right. Hey, Miss Angie, how you doing? Tayana's here. We got who else we got in here? Unseely's here. V and Training is here. Egypt Thomas is in this goddamn building. This raggedy ass building we call YouTube. Dudes is here. Catherine Alexandra's here. A well watered Lily is here. Hey, Dominique, how are you, boo? Hey, Jen Jen. Now let's go. Y'all, we going to waste, a little bit of time real quick and be a little bit petty. Because YouTube's notifications, I'm convinced that if YouTube's notifications was a person, it'd be a black man. Because I'm telling you, every now and then the shit just don't work. So people end up having to rewind and start over and sit in the chat forever after they, get the shit together or what have you. Ladies, the police station and a jurisdiction over there in Lubbock, Texas got something right. I mean, I'm usually not a hopeful person, but I'm telling you, this right here is giving me a little bit of hope for the zaddies over in Texas. They not playing, and we need to see more of this shit effective immediately. It's time to present right off top, and then we're gonna get to the Lipstick Alley bird. That's singular, not plural. There's a lot of birds over there. Make no mistake about it. It's tons of birds over there. Okay. But there's a bird over there that got it twisted. And I want to make sure she knows personally that she got me and everything about life all fucked up. Let's get this ugly nigga on the screen right now. Take a look at this piece of shit, big-eared, feminine mustache, teardrop tattoo having asshole right here. Ladies, this motherfucker here is your everyday black male. Your everyday black male that ought to be sentenced to a lot more than 70 years because all of the atrocious shit that they have done and continue to do. By the way, this weekend, they're planning another teen takeover in some cities. I hope you get your cameras and your reels and your screenshots all ready because it was so successful last weekend that this weekend the kids are planning more. Yes, the Negro children said that they had a beautiful time. Thank y'all for the ones, Aisha B. Randomly every day. Thank y'all for the ones. Ninja Free. Appreciate that. I'm glad y'all can hear me. Well, that's happening this weekend. But back to Lubbock, Texas. Okay, Lubbock, Texas sentenced this man for 20 years to 70 years, excuse me. Now, with the black community, they're saying overdo it much, excessive much. Y'all act like he killed a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Well, it seems like a whole bunch of motherfuckers being murdered. That's about 11, 12, maybe 20 years when it comes to niggas. Y'all have been coddled like a motherfucker. Your nuts has been fluffed by every group of people, the white media, especially black women, SJWs. Everybody pretends that you're a homeless fucking puppy and you're just looking for a chance to get in there. I seen that owl, no neck having nigga named Roland Martin sitting up there pretending like this has anything to do with race and has nothing to do with the fact that this is an atrocious bastard right here. All the black media is trying to pretend like all he did was spit on a cop and got 70 years. Let's take him down, okay? Let's see what really happened with this nigga. It's always them trying to go ahead and twist narratives, and it always has black women's head in a tizzy, as if that could be remotely true. Does that even sound true to y'all? Let's see what really fucking happened.
A 36-year-old man in Lubbock gets basically a life sentence for spitting at police officers. Attorney Charles Adams breaks it down.
That is a lie. That nigga right there in the suit, the unicorn type nigga, he's lying. Let's see what really happened. I can't stand these motherfuckers.
For us in tonight's Making the Case.
We're talking about a case out of Lubbock, Texas, where a man gets 70 years for spitting on a police officer. Charles, tell us, when you first hear this, I mean, do you think this too extreme of a conviction?
Well, it seems like an incredibly outsized sentence, right? We have a relatively new offense in terms of the penal code, of harassment of a public official that involves putting semen, urine, feces or saliva, which seems like it's the least of all the options, on a public servant. And it's a third-degree felony, which means typically you're looking at up to a $10,000 fine and 2 to 10 years in prison. In this instance, because the defendant had already been to prison on 2 prior third-degree or more charges, I think one was aggravated robbery and one was a felony family violence, that his punishment was raised as a habitual offender, which means his punishment range was 25 as a minimum to life as a maximum. And you combine both of those situations in a conservative jury in Lubbock County, and you got what is obviously a markedly unusual and seems to be somewhat unfair result.
Yeah, it reads that the prosecutor asked the jury to consider a number that would send a message.
And that's exactly what needs to be done. This motherfucker here is a monster. He's putting his bodily fluids. Y'all know how dangerous bodily fluids is. I don't care if it's just spit. I don't care if you let niggas spit down your ass crack and that's your thing. Everybody don't want that nigga spit on them. That includes myself, right? Also, you're going to hear the fact that he not only spit once, but he spit twice. Then he spit 3 times. Then he spit 4 times. He spit all the way up to the police station. When they got him to the police station, he kept spitting on everybody that's up there. But never mind that. Let's talk about the fact that he has a habitual offender history of family violence, robbery. This motherfucker's a monster. And they're wrapping it like this boy spit towards the ground, a little bit of it splashed and hit the cop's shoe, and now he gets 70 years. That's not what's the case. And if a judge wants to make an example out of somebody, guess what? That's legal. Let's keep going.
To society. You think that this is going to set a precedence on how people interact with police?
Well, I think a lot of people are ignoring, because it makes a great headline, right? But a lot of people are ignoring the fact that there was other issues in this incident.
Thank
A
you.
woman ran up to officers claiming that Mr. Pearson was armed with a weapon. It turned out to be an airsoft gun, and had just punched her repeatedly in the face. So you have a man who's already been convicted of felony family violence, as alleged to have assaulted another woman. He was allegedly carrying what she believed was a firearm, right? And he didn't just spit on the officers once; he spit on them repeatedly until he was arrested. And then when he got to the station, he continued to do so. So I think it sounds like the defense attorney argued to the jury that this was just a misdemeanor gone awry. And clearly that argument didn't resonate. This is a lifelong criminal who has done some very horrible things. And it seems like maybe he's paying a much greater sentence than any of us would expect. And that does seem absolutely absurd, but not for this one incident, but for a lifetime of violent crime.
A lifetime of violent crime. Aaliyah, before I start acting stupid, you got anything on this? Because I fucking love this shit.
I do too. I mean, that's disgusting. These are filthy pigs. I mean, that's all you can think to do is just hop and spit on people and shit. And to keep doing it repeatedly, I mean, that's just fucking disgusting. He lucky they didn't try to take and knock his motherfucking teeth out while he was doing that. Like a child. Like they have no common sense. They're like overgrown children.
You know, it's like this. Y'all want to know why he was spitting at the cops? Because normally, people that look like him do not get any fucking consequences for it. Okay? And the mammies are very, very upset about that. You know, I'm a comment section whore. You know, I don't comment. I look at what people are saying. And these motherfucking bitches are having a fit. Now, let's go to the fact that if this was a black woman spitting on every goddamn body, black men would be telling them, see, look, that's a nasty bitch right there. See, that's why we don't fuck with black women right there. Look how she acting. All she had to do was put her hands behind her back and everything would have been all right. See, this is why we don't fuck with y'all. Y'all not submissive enough. Y'all not ladylike. You know what I'm saying? You're fat. You got all that weave and you just talk loud and all this shit here. But here you go. Sit your motherfucking ass acting a damn fool. Only thing that disappoints me, ladies, is the fact that he's probably not going to do the entire 70 years. What's going to end up happening is one of the SJW attorneys, the public defenders, let's just keep it real, is going to appeal this shit, and he'll do a couple of years and be back out to spit another day. Ebony, you got anything on this before we, move right along to the tea? Because I know you're here for the tea, baby.
Well, you know what? This doesn't surprise me at all. They do this in emergency rooms. They do the they honestly think that they're invincible, and basically the black community and their helpers, I won't say allies, because if you're a true ally, you would tell them to get the fuck up and get going. But since they are not allies, they're buddies, basically telling these guys, oh, you can do whatever you want, king. You can do whatever you want. And if anybody tries to make them accountable for anything, then all of a sudden it's racism.
Well, I hope Lubbock, Texas is setting a precedence. A lot of stuff that we've seen here, ladies, has been very disgusting. Okay. And they got very light sentences. I don't know why people continue to be around these motherfuckers, because there's no consequences to be had. But in Lubbock, Texas, they're trying to change that shit. And I think it's wonderful. Snapple, what you got?
Well, I agree with what Ebony said, honestly. Like, I know this is something that they do. They're just disgusting with their bodily fluids. They're always violating people, like that guy in the subway that put his poop on that lady. I'm really glad that they did at least try to throw the book at him. Maybe it's a sign of what's to come. I hope that, we already know that everybody's getting fed up with their bullshit. And it's really not fair to the police who had to deal with that. And of course, I didn't know that till you just said that, because like you said, the story that has been framed is it was just a little spit. Even then, throw the book at his ass. But I didn't know he was spitting on them the whole time, all the way down to the precinct. Could you imagine being the officer trying to just be at work and do your job, and some person is in the back spitting on you? Like, come on. So, yeah, it's a shame.
They're used to spitting on black women. They're used to shitting on black women.
Exactly. Some of these bitches be taking golden showers for these big ear niggas. I swear to God. But they mad about this one, y'all. They sitting up here trying to gather some money, gather a group, gather. You know they ready to protest, right? You better not do it in Lubbock because they already done told you they not fucking around. They not fucking around. Where we at? What minute are we at, y'all? We at 17 minutes. So everybody that went on ahead and got their notifications, you're right on time for the tea. Y'all, Lipstick Alley is a motherfucking comedy show, isn't it? It's a lot of shit going on over there. But somebody who's in my Discord, right? They shared with me that over there on Lipstick Alley, this one comment that stood out. They said, DZ is not qualified to give relationship advice because she got married out of high school. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what did you say, bitch? I know what your actual problem is, whore. Your problem is this. Number one, I don't give relationship advice. You are the one out here looking for fucking dick online. I don't do relationship advice. What on earth would make you say some shit like that? I'm confused. If you want relationship advice, the fact that you need relationship advice is kind of weird to me to begin with. If you need basic advice, you probably shouldn't be getting in a relationship. If you don't know what toxicity is, you probably shouldn't be looking for a relationship, right? But here's the thing. You got people online, white women, that's never been married, teaching you how to love on a cane. That's okay. You got fat bitches teaching you about nutrition. That's okay too. You got bitches that have been divorced, teaching bitches how to maintain a marriage. I'm confused. You got men on here that repeatedly cheat on a woman, got thousands of followers of black women just waiting to see what he's going to say next. But the woman that's been married for 28 years has no goddamn right or qualified, for that matter, to teach you about relationships. Well, let me tell you this, bitch. The courses that y'all pay for, I put together a course for you tonight. Are you excited? We're going to do a little bit of relationship advice. You dick thirsty motherfucker. I'm not on here looking for dick. I don't give a fuck about no dick. I've been fucking the same dick since the 90s, baby. I don't do relationship advice. Would you listen if I did, though? I doubt it, because I'm not going to tell you how to maintain your black man. But tonight, I got a treat for you. You're going to learn tonight how to maintain and survive with your king. I can't guarantee survival. It's probably a 4% success rate on here, but let's get with it. I'm loving it. Let's go. Let class begin. You got to be his motherfucking mama, whore. You hear me? Did you understand what I just said? Like Aaliyah just said, they operate like toddlers out here, so he needs a mother. I don't give a fuck if he has a mother. You gonna have to be his second mother. You're gonna have to tolerate his tantrums. You're gonna have to tolerate the fact that he's incapable of completing tasks that men know how to complete. You're going to have to be his mama. That's number one. And what makes number two so disgusting, after you play being his mama, the king's mama, you're going to have to suck his dick down to the base. It doesn't matter whether you don't feel well. It doesn't matter if you're grieving a death in the family. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the fuck's going on. Lights could have just turned off. You are going to have to suck dick down to the base. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Ladies, you got anything so far? Aaliyah?
Okay, well, I just wanted to say shout out to the lipstick lesbians over on Brokeback Alley. I know y'all love the sound of my voice, but just know that you keep us lit over here. And I told y'all the blackest minded bitches are confused. So let me get this straight. The one with the long-lasting functional relationship is not qualified to give relationship advice, but divorcees, baby mamas, convicts, serial cheaters, serial baby daddies, and people who have never been married are qualified. I mean, see, y'all really need to seek some help. because nothing else y'all are doing at this point is working. People are starting to see a lot of you for who you really are, and that's why you're upset. Nothing you're saying is working anymore. A lot of people aren't listening to y'all, at least not the way they used to, and you're angry at us about that. Nothing you're stealing from this panel is going over very well. People are starting to recognize where they heard that shit from first. Your pettiness and refusal to give views and credit, yet steal from this channel, is no longer effective. People across too many platforms are listening to us, if only to complain about how horrible they think we are. So you literally have nothing else at this point. So now you're just saying what you think you need to say to make yourselves feel better about your failed relationships. That's classic insecurity and projection. And I would expect no less from the Blackistan bitches. But hey, DZ, look at the bright side. They want me to shut up altogether, so I've heard, but that's not gonna happen though. But y'all bitches can keep wishing for it. See, I don't know how many times I gotta let you know. Y'all bitches don't get to decide what I say, what I do, or where I go. Because I find it all very interesting that some of the same bitches mocking and taking shots at us now was upset at me and Kyra because we wouldn't come on your panel or your raggedy ass fucking channels. So would several of you like to really share with everybody why y'all are really hating on this panel? Because I'm guessing not. You couldn't flip us, so you turned on us instead. And now the happily married woman who didn't come to play with none of y'all bitch niggas all of a sudden can't tell you nothing because she's been married for too long. Oh, okay. See, that's that classic Blackistan bullshit for lonely, miserable ass bitches who couldn't get a man to commit to them. And so you can't keep a man interested in you for more than 30 minutes, much less wanting to put up with you for almost 30 years and count. See, perhaps y'all whores should be taking some notes instead of hate. That's the thing.
Look, y'all, they be looking at shit like this right here and be wanting. Oh, this is the goals. Oh, it's goals. They happy as fuck. Keep listening to class tonight. You'll go ahead and get what you're looking for. I promise you'll get what you're looking for. Okay, because the course offering bitches, the marriage coaches, the relationship advisors all have relationship problems. Isn't that interesting? That's really interesting. What else do you have to do to keep that Kang happy? And make no mistake about it, you're going to have to share them. But we'll get there. Let's get
But
the Kang.
DZ, your problem is you only have one baby daddy. He married you.
Girl.
That's your problem. See,
Yeah, and before you move on, you're gonna suck it down to the base in the dark though. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And see, being his mama, y'all bitches already do that. Y'all should have been popped your tits out these niggas' mouths, and maybe a lot of them wouldn't be bitches like they are now. They got more bitch in them than y'all do. Literally, they every bit is messy, every bit is catty and petty and every damn thing else. They are the females with ball sacks. That's really what you got in this community, thanks to all this mothering you bitches have been doing.
Look, the cook has an asterisk, y'all. To keep the king happy, you're gonna have to cook something. Now, here's the deal: it has to be laced with a bunch of fucking sugar, bunch of fucking carbs, preferably fried, right? Because how else you gonna get diabetes, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular issues? Okay, and then if you don't know how to cook, you better pick up some hamburger helper or something. Just let the nigga see you with a spoon in your hand doing something. Throw it in the microwave, throw it in the oven. I don't know what the fuck, but for some reason, Canes, they need their women to cook for him. I guess it goes back to number one, to being his motherfucking mama, right? Because you bitches always trying to show I made a 5-course meal. Bitch, and he gonna cheat on you 6 motherfucking times. Keep playing with these niggas if you want to, right? Number 4, let's keep the Canes happy. You're gonna have to honor the 2 coochie minimum. Period, bitch. You're going to have to offer it. I don't care what type of unicorn he is. One with a goddamn basketball jersey on, a unicorn with some Timberland boots on, one that just plays PlayStation. I don't know what the fuck a unicorn plays on PlayStation, but he needs that PS5. Make sure you get that to him. But no matter who he is, with a nigga, you're gonna have to be very, very on board with the fact that there is going to be at least 2 coochies. I see you guys signing on for that more and more and more. So when there's 2 coochies and you co-sign the shit, he's going to make a 3rd coochie appear because that's how they validate themselves. They keep a bunch of you bitches in their inbox, begging and pleading, saying that you a lot different than the rest of them, and so on and so forth. So if you can tolerate the two coochie minimum, you're gonna keep the king happy. Okay, Snapple, keep what's happening?
Yeah, I want to give my little special shout out to Ashley Lip Alley as well, because like Aaliyah said, I know they would like for me and Aaliyah to shut the fuck up. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. I think what we have here is some confused fans, because they don't like DZ or the panel, but they tune in twice a week to hang on our every word. Maybe direct some of that energy, that criticism and those critiques for the Kangs that's molly-whopping Black women all the time. If you don't like the shit, don't fucking watch. I heard of lurking and cloud watching every now and then. I do myself sometimes. That's how we know bitches be stealing from the panel. But to watch twice a week and be dedicated, that's a little weird. I'm gonna need y'all to check that.
Oh yeah, and I heard that somebody was up in their feelings because of the chick from the diaspora that called up here. Let me explain something to you. Whores. I don't give a if a bitch call up here and click this link and get on this panel trying to be cute, snarky, think she being funny or whatever it is she trying to accomplish. That bitch gonna get this work. I don't give a fuck about her country or origin. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So you can feel however you want to feel about that. I don't give a fuck, because I said them bitch, they need to start deporting a lot of you bitches. And they do. Yes.
All they need right now is to be fucking heard. Here's the recipe of getting Lipstick Alley bitches to, make these people a victim. Call up and sound very harmless. Hi. DZ, can you hear me? I'm French. Oh, I agree with you. No, that's not what I was saying. No, you misunderstood. DZ, don't say that. And then say some old flaw shit. That's how you get that. That's how you do that. You misheard me. No, I'm scared right now. And then all of a sudden somebody's being a bully. But let me tell you something. That passive aggressive bullshit does not work. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
You know what?
That's why they always go ahead.
Lipstick Alley bitches, click the link. If y'all got something to say, the link is always in the chat. Click the link and show us how it's done. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why they always use trigger words like loud, angry, aggressive, bitter, just ghetto, just this. They call and they say little slick shit. They use all these trigger words. Oh, I'm feeling bullied. I'm being attacked. Oh, they're mean girls and all this shit. But see, what they are not telling a lot of these bitches when they telling these stories back. Talk about what part you played in the shit that brought out the mean shit. You got treated a certain way because you came a certain way, or you had to make your exit a certain way. So that's when you got the business. See, these bitches only tell partially what happened. You want to tell part of the story. Tell the whole goddamn story. If your ass was over here and now you done ran to the Divestment Lounge or wherever platform you done ran to try to talk shit about us, tell the whole fucking story about why you're no longer welcome in this space over here. See, them bitches always that you leave out a whole bunch of fucking details when you run back telling them stories.
Look, let's check on that couple again, because I'm making a point here. Let's said that people was telling her that y'all toxic together, and then with the dancing with the nigga. Okay, now that little haughty bullshit, when something happens to you, right, do not come to my face talking about where's the sympathy. That's a DV victim. When you got a woman that's acting like that and then dancing to that nigga shit, right, with a nigga, don't tell me what to do. Mind your business. I'm going to do just that. Then when I talk about it, I'm going to need y'all to mind your business, right? Let's play that again. What did it say at the top? keep going so I can get you a relationship just like that. We're on number 4. Let's go ahead and go back to the comments, and then let's go over here and go to number 5. Right? Black
See,
girl
they,
magic.
they thrive on that toxic shit. They think that these types of relationships is something to be proud of. Sharing your nigga constantly, bringing in third parties. Everybody just get together and have orgies or get together and fuck or whatever it is that they do. Y'all, they think that this shit is funny. They think it's cute, and I guess they think that this is what a healthy relationship should look like. Of being with a person that you're never gonna be enough for. You're never gonna be what everything he needs you to be. So he has to have several of you at the same time in order to keep. I don't want nobody that bad. I'm sorry. It's a
Hey,
whole plethora.
I know you don't, babe. But the lipstick alley bitches, their only problem with us is that we say no niggas. Oh, I almost said that girl name up here. DZ, step back. There's a lot of people with platforms, right? That the only problem, they agree with what we're saying about the toxicity, the DV, the STDs, all that shit. But the moment you say, back away from that nigga, then there's a problem. And there's a whole bunch of bitches that feel the same way. So, I can listen, y'all. If I was here for some straight up cash, I'll just tell you not all. Because I know that's what the fuck you want to hear, but you won't hear that shit coming out my mouth. It's never gonna happen. Ever. Yes, ma'am.
The not all was strong in the last live when it came to Lil Rockhead Yarl. That's why I said what the fuck I said about old girl, because she didn't want to give her opinion on what happened. Because that case, for some reason, the ones that agree with us and agree with what we're saying and know that we're speaking the truth, that brought the mammies to the yard. Now you got motherfuckers calling in here talking about community gardens for the hood, and they upset. Fuck the hood. Let the hood eat itself. We don't give a fuck about the hood. Period.
Absolutely. Listen, bitch. Listen, since you like courses and shit, pay attention. Class is in session, motherfucker. Cook and clean and do laundry. Listen, with your black man, there's going to be a little bit of skid marks in his underwear. So go ahead. I advise you as a nurse to go ahead and put some gloves on, because some of y'all kangs like kangs too, right? But make sure you wash, clean, fold. If you want it to smell really, really good, put a little bit of fabric softener in there. Occupy your time, because he's going to occupy his. He's definitely, do I need to scroll back up to the 2 coochie minimum? He's going to occupy his time. So find something to fucking do. Number 6, right? Have good health insurance. And it's for that inevitable high blood pressure, that inevitable high cortisol level, that inevitable diabetes, right? And let's not forget that little itch that you're getting and that discolored discharge that you're seeing in your panties. You're going to have a doctor to go ahead and tell you what the fuck's going on. So if you want to be able to be successful, quote unquote, with the cane, make sure you got health insurance. Period. Let's keep going. Right? Number 7, have multiple jobs. Okay? Because the cane wants to know what you got to bring to the table. I know that this is a lot. It's a lot. But you strong. You love the black men. You look, the unicorns are worth it, right? So far, we being his mama, we're cooking, we're cleaning, we're doing laundry, we're sucking it down to the base, and we procured some good health insurance. Kyra, you got anything on this wonderful course?
Good evening, DZ. Good evening, ladies. Well, the thing is, my issue is with you, DZ. You're giving all these gems out to Black women for free on YouTube and for 10 raggedy dollars on Patreon, whereas you could be charging $1,200.
Oh, well,
I agree.
It's not dark femininity, and I don't have a mentor. You know who the fuck my mentor was? Life. my brain. My vision, my looking around, my not being delusional, my believing the news stories, my believing what I saw in front of my 2 fucking eyes. And I see the shit continually. I've been looking at the shit. Let's be real. I'm 45. So I've been seeing the shit and retaining it at least 40 years. Okay.
DZ, I'd like to add a caveat to your insurance situation.
Yes, ma'am.
That needs to be the gold plan. Okay. It can't be silver. It can't be the bronze plan. You need everything if you're a Black woman. The whole
Oh,
Bang.
I wanted to go back to the last slide about, doing the laundry. Not only are there skid marks, but when they have those crusted lesions, shall we say, and they,
Mm.
Yeah.
you can
Ugh.
catch, you can
I
catch
gotta go.
you can catch, can I say the word, the disease name or the lesion one, DZ, or no?
Go
Call it,
ahead.
call it Happy in Village. I know what you're talking about.
Um, the fever blisters, maybe.
They
Go,
got
can I go old school? I'll go fever blisters. You know that it is past skin to skin. So when your Kang is crusty in there, and then you're handling his underwear without gloves, that can pass to you. It can go to it can go to other parts of you. Just saying, you don't actually have to fuck him to get it.
absolutely,
That
absolutely.
is true.
I can't.
Enjoy the class, ladies. Number
I
8.
I wanted to say something about the have multiple jobs. Of course, they're gonna have to have multiple jobs because he won't be able to get and keep one because he's oppressed, of course. So you'll be listening to him cry about that for the duration of the relationship. So of course you're gonna have to get multiple jobs and pay all the bills too. So get ready for that.
Well, the thing though, Aaliyah, you're not being practical. Don't you understand that if he gets a job, then they're going to be able to garnish his wages for all that back child support?
Good point.
You don't want your man just sending money to other chicks and to other babies he's created. No, you should keep him at home and just let him work under the table doing
I
stuff.
Good point. Good point. Absolutely.
Chapter 8. Have a good mouth protector. You bitches are losing your teeth, right? Because when a king is upset, and he normally is, because they don't like black women, you refuse to believe that shit. You're just a placeholder. But anyway, if you put your mouth protector in, when he take that good right, where he uses bicep and come down real fucking hard with that fist and hit you in the mouth, you might be able to retain some of your molars and your central teeth, which are in the front. If you invest in a good mouth protector, this one right here is from Under Armour, is pretty expensive, but if you on a tight budget and if you're looking for canes, you usually are, right? Make sure you have your mouth protector in, especially if y'all are having a deep conversation where your opinion is different than his. He's going to give you a two-piece and a biscuit, right? That's what we called it when we were kids, right in the fucking mouth. And being that men are stronger than women, it'll usually at least loosen up your teeth. So a good mouth protector would be amazing. Remember, you're hit and beat the fuck up 3 times more likely than any other group of women. So go ahead and invest at least $40 in a decent mouth protector that's reusable. Keep it nearby, right? You might even have to get some smaller ones, some pediatric ones for your children, because the kids aren't off the table. They will knock the fuck out of them as well. Right? You liking your course so far? Because we including the canes tonight, so you should be okay. Mouth protectors are necessary. Go ahead. My bad.
Well, my thing is, I just wanted to put out that PSA as we talked about a while back. When black males go to jail, they get 3 hots and a cot and health and dental insurance. So you better keep dental insurance for yourself unless you're planning to go to jail with him.
Mm.
Got your grill. That's
You,
all I gotta say.
you know it's true, Aaliyah. Like if you see a black male with, his teeth looking good, he very well may have just gotten out of jail.
That's true. Very possible.
No niggas, no niggas. Y'all got me triggered. I can't.
Mm, Snapper, what you got on the mouth protector before we move on to chapter 9 in our book of how to keep a cane?
Well, I just hope everybody's happy now. They've been complaining about you and your money grab, the super chats and the Patreon. So I'm very appreciative that you finally put out a course for these raggedy, dusty ass, bald headed, scallywag ass bitches that always want to critique what the fuck you have to say, even though you're the realest bitch on this side of YouTube. Far as the mouth protector, a lot of these bitches already got fucked up teeth anyway. They need to go on courses. Already the orthodontist, bitch. It's a little too late for a tooth to go on ahead and get your teeth right, divest, find you a nice peaceful life with beautiful, straight, shiny white teeth.
And I'm gonna need y'all bitches to start worrying about who fuck with Aaliyah over here, cause I see and hear that shit a lot. Oh, this Aaliyah 2.0, that's Aaliyah 2.0. It's a lot. Oh, let's be clear on something. It's a lot of bitches on this motherfucker that want to be just like me, but you don't call them motherfuckers 2.0. The ladies on this panel, this who I fucks with. So don't sit up and try to make it seem like, oh, they trying to be me. Because guess what? The bitches that are trying to be me, you give them a pass. So watch your motherfucking mouth.
Up, we got the mouth protector on here. She said, "Watch your mouth," and yeah, that's part of the subject. Number 9, right? Have a gun. And because I'm so controversial over here, I had to go ahead and blur out the gun. But your niggas always got one. All the news stories I see, well, the majority of them, when they take you out, they're taking you out with 22s, 38s, 9s. I mean, they're taking you all the fuck up out of here. So if you're gonna be with a king, make sure that you're strapped as well. Maybe you guys can have a little pew pew battle in your apartment on the 3rd floor, so that he don't go ahead and take you out. Maybe be a better shot than him, because they're taking you the fuck up out of here. I wouldn't get in that relationship unarmed. I wouldn't get in a relationship, period. But hey, y'all hanging on, so let's go. Now, this one is a little bit touchy. Okay, it kind of goes with number 9. We had a woman, and I don't know if y'all remember this, but we went over her on this panel, right? She had a bulletproof vest. She was taking her children to school and back wearing a bulletproof vest. You got to know how much dedication and love Black women got to have for Black men to be willing to invest in a bulletproof vest in order to go ahead and live their daily lives. Well, she's no longer with us either. She's from Rochester, New York, and he went on ahead and gave her a headshot. She's gone. So if they have a compatible headpiece to go along with the vest, you might want to put because the kings are important, and that's all you've ever been attracted to, those chocolate dusty motherfuckers. So you got to have your artillery ready. All of your tools need to be in place, and a bulletproof vest needs to be one of them. I don't like how much of her skin is showing. Is that you need a fucking armor suit, to be honest with you, because y'all getting shot in the arms, legs, back, neck. I mean, y'all getting fucked the fuck up out here, right? Number 11. This goes to
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh shit. You understand me. You understand me. This thing right here, it goes 2 ways. You can guard some of the punches with it. But the fact that you even want to deal with a king lets me know that you're a bit delayed. And this particular helmet is on sale for $84.99. Okay. It's for people that don't have all their faculties, shall we say. And since you want to be with one of these motherfuckers, I have to assume that you don't have all your faculties. So $84.99 is not a bad buy, not a bad invest to go ahead and make sure you're okay. I'm just looking at the chat. Welcome
To
back.
be honest with you,
Go
they
ahead.
definitely gonna need one of these too. I remember that story about that man who stabbed that woman to death. He stabbed her in her skull. The blade got lodged and actually broke off. That's how many times he stabbed her. So yeah, a helmet could have definitely helped her in that case because he treated her as like a fucking jack-o'-lantern. I remember that case.
This is sick. This is sick. You know what? Y'all, there's some mammies out here probably taking notes. That's the saddest part. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get me all of that because I ain't attracted to nobody else. And y'all some bad witches and race traders and all this shit here. Girl, get your artillery. I think it's gonna cost you with the health insurance, the job. You got 3 jobs. So set aside about $5,000 to get some good shit. The bulletproof vest, the accompanying helmet, the disabled helmet. Yeah, just set aside $5,000. You might be able to get what you're gonna get.
DZ, you know who else could have used a helmet?
Who?
Sasha Johnson.
Who the fuck is Sasha Johnson?
Yeah,
Oh.
The one.
pro-black.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead, Aaliyah.
Oh no, I was just about to say the pro-black girl whose half her head is missing now.
Oh, I remember her. That's a damn shame. We covered her, and I can't remember these names, y'all. It's just Black woman at this point to me.
You called her bowhead.
Oh, cereal bowl. That's right.
Yes, cereal bowhead. That's what you called her.
Hey, she was out there putting in work. These kings is important. Do we have a number 12? Shit, I can't even remember. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Know how to box. Okay. Now this is a light day where he hasn't pulled out his gun, no knives and that type of stuff. This is just for dinner time. For dinner time, you should know how to box because anything's gonna set him off. Probably the way you cook the food, maybe the kids making a whole bunch of noise and shit. You might have to, go ahead and defend yourself. So if you got to take a class after this class on how to box, proper formation and all that good shit, go ahead and do you. Sitting down, having dinner. I guess what we got. Boxed macaroni and cheese with a bunch of preservatives, well, some pork chops. I don't know. Whatever the fuck y'all be cooking for these niggas. No, make sure you look at your peripheral too, because sometimes those punches they come and you don't expect them. You're gonna have a mouthful of that pork chop and it's gonna go flying across the room. The kids gonna keep eating because they used to seeing you get beat the fuck up like that. So that's just part of it. Anybody got anything on the boxing? Because that's self-explanatory. You ask me.
Of course it is. Of course they're gonna need to know how to fight if they want to be laid up with one of these things, obviously. Cause he not gonna play with your ass. He got hands, and he'll give you that two-piece combo with an extra side and a biscuit in a minute. So you're gonna have to be ready to knuckle up at any time. So DZ, I'm telling you, you are too kind for teaching this course for free. You are too kind. These are gems. Y'all better be taking notes now. She telling y'all some real shit. Y'all love the canes. Y'all prefer the canes. Ain't nothing better than a black man. Ain't that what y'all said? This what y'all got to do to get one to keep one.
Yeah,
All right.
but Aaliyah, do you need brass knuckles? Good lord. That they
It
need to
wouldn't
purchase
hurt.
brass
Yes.
knuckles.
Mm.
This might be the mammy's favorite part. Of course, this is their love language. This is foreplay. They love this shit. So, they might really be happy about this part. They think that shit is cute. They think if a man is not bopping them upside the head, that he's lame and boring. So, you hit the right one with this one.
Yeah,
Look,
they
y'all, the
getting their
people in
blood
the
knocked
comment
out.
section, this person's not trying to be funny at all. She's just doing some shit, not naming any names. There's a person that throws tantrums every couple of months or so where they threaten to leave and y'all don't appreciate me and all this shit here. And they use the term come find me all the time. She ain't being funny, y'all. I promise you. If I didn't know what she was talking about, it'd look that way. But she's not being funny. There's a whole bunch of birds around here that pretend like they're gods to the space, and if they disappear that somehow the whole space is going to implode or whatever. But yeah, that's a righteous comment right there, because there's a lot of stuff going on Lipstick Alley right now. I don't agree with the majority of it. Motherfuckers out here putting out people's shit, you know what I'm saying? And I would call it intellectual property, but that shit was stolen from somebody else as well. The folks with the pinks and the pinkies and all this shit here putting out bounties on people's head, and it's gotten that serious over there on that trashy ass website. I swear to God, y'all, they're literally putting bounties out on people. But I tell you like this, they should not be, putting people's real names and all that shit out there like that. I don't agree with none of that doxing shit. If you don't like somebody, just walk away. It's already been established that some of these bitches are scammers. Some of them are narcissistic like a motherfucker. I'm talking about y'all sit up under people, right, that has sat up there, let a black dude that has a learning disability fuck them raw, and then come talk shit to you like you stupid. Okay? That's where we at with it. I'm serious. That place is a whirlwind of bullshit. I hear you want to say something, Aaliyah. Go ahead.
But I wouldn't expect no less from the Blackistan bitches. I would call them the other word that I know they despise, but I won't go there. See, that's what you can expect when they're anywhere around. This is the type of shit that they keep up. They do the very thing that they accuse other people of doing. We're the doxers, yet nobody can show you one thing where we put up anybody's personal shit. But we can sit here and watch them do this shit to each other all day long, every day, all, and nobody says a word. Like they're not held accountable for any of that shit. I find it very fucking interesting when we sat up here and watch them do this shit. But we're the doxers. That's what I'm saying. It's getting to the point where it's just fucking ridiculous. The lies they tell on people that people just run with. This shit is crazy.
I was gonna say the same
I
fucking thing. Because if you really want to look at it, we kind of got doxxed. You know, our private conversations from Discord got taken from Discord and put on that trashy ass website, right? And it was tea then, you know, it was tea, and they were lying and saying that we were doxing people and we were being chastised and villainized. But now, you know, these people have no integrity, because now there's some person so-called doxing magenta capsule, and it's all good because they don't like the bitch. So it's all good. It's all a key. But when motherfuckers was lying and saying that we were doxing, it was, oh my God, they're so terrible. They're cold. Oh my God, what goes on? Stay out of the discords, guys. Stay out of the discords. It's dangerous. It's just
But
y'all bitches
DC,
are fake and phony.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to go back to the medical part, the
Okay,
health insurance thing.
let me say this part first, and then you got it. Um, I'm very surprised at the current bullshit that's going on right there, as far as the courses being shared and all that shit there. Just because I don't like somebody doesn't mean that I can't say what's happening is wrong. But it seems like, you're just experiencing what the person who you stole from is experiencing. To be honest with you, the only thing that I don't agree with is the fact that there was some people's real names on that. And y'all, make sure that there's a third party intervention when you're dealing with these people. People do not deal with me straight up and down. They come through my Patreon, they come through my Discord, that type of shit. You should not be on these people's personal websites putting in your financials and your real name and giving it directly to any of these women. Okay? You would have to go through the white man to talk to me. Point blank, period. I don't want your real name. I don't want your address. I don't want none of that shit. But when you go to some of these course makers and, the come find me bitches, you have to pay right there on their website. And that is dangerous as fuck. And when shit hits the fan, like it always does on Lipstick Alley, right? People gonna get your shit. They're going to get it. All right? That's coming from Deborah. I'm telling you, be careful with that shit. You better use a gift card that has no name on it. If you desperately want that course so bad, don't put your real debit card in there. Don't put your real name in there, because you see what happened with them, and they is as private. That come find me bitch is just as private as you want to be. But look at what happened. Look at what happened. They were sharing a bit too much shit back there. And now the goddess of dark femininity is having to run off yet again for the umpteenth time, because some more shit done hit the fan. And I'm very surprised that that's happening to her and some of these other women too, because she doesn't say don't fuck with black men. So at the end of the day, when a black woman stops liking you, nothing's off the table. Nothing. And I'm aware of that. Anyway, go ahead, Ebony.
Well, we actually need to put in an entire mental health team, because Black women need social workers, psychologists, psychiatrists, a therapist, all of that.
They can't help these bitches. They got a disease that's not able to be helped. Psychiatry and all that shit has been around. Therapy has all been around for a very long time. And black women are still deaf dog dizzy about these black ass niggas. I swear to God, there's not a therapist. It could be a world renowned therapist, and they can't help a black woman that's stuck on the black community. Ain't shit they can do.
I was just about to say the same thing, and to be honest with you, a lot of these bitches going around talking about they are the therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists and everything. I have never seen this many black women in mental health now as the ones I hear claiming on here now. It's like, goddamn, does everybody have a degree in the mental health field? Just like it's like I just have never seen a group of people who want to know everything about everything. You want to know everything about psychology. You want to know everything about biology. You want to know everything. If it's a field out there, trust me, they know everything there is to know about it. I just ain't never seen nobody who knows everything. A jack of all trades is a master of none. God damn, some of these bitches swear they know every fucking thing. That's what kills me. It's like, really? Are y'all
They're
serious?
insecure. They're very insecure, knowing everything.
I wanted to bring it back to something two things you had said, DZ. One, we don't look, we don't have to dox people to roast them. Their public information that they have put out there is fodder enough. We don't need to, dig into their personal information. Hell, we don't even go behind their private, Patreons and whatnot. Because,
Mm.
hey, we can roast, as y'all know, we can roast these other folks all day just with their public YouTubes and their public clubhouses and whatnot.
With
And
black women, Kyra, I'm telling you, you can say something as simple as, I don't like apples, and leave it right there. A bitch that loves apples will dox your motherfucking ass because you thought differently than her. Even with the mammies, I have been supplied with a whole bunch of information on some of these mammies that's always coming from me. What you're not going to see is me doxing them bitches because I don't want anything to happen to them. How about that part? I don't want anybody knowing their address and all that shit. Everything is a death sentence. Oh, you said you don't like apples? Well, let me put out your address. Let me put out your real name. Let me put all everything's a death sentence. Stepping on people's shoes, death sentence. Right? Having your microphone too. I can't listen to that bitch. She always yelling. It's always something with them. You can't share. Do y'all know how badly I would love to schedule a get together with the ladies in my Discord? Oh my God, that would be wonderful. But the day would come after the get together that I'm going to say something that one of the women that came to the get together is not going to agree with. And guess what she's going to do? While I was there, I snapped these pictures. This DZ right here. That's what she does because that's how we do each other. And it's unfortunate.
and they would say this, that's Leah and that's Kyra. Yeah, they would do that if we ever were to have a real get together, or hell, even if we were just to have a Google Meet where everyone turned their camera on, there would be someone in there taking photos to do some mess. Another
They
thing
don't
I
want to
want to
do that. And then they'll be like, damn, they found them a motherfucker for real. Now let me stop over here. I'm sorry.
well, I also wanted to point out we these chicks have sent their moles into your Discord, DZ. I mean, hell, the fact that she knows that our nickname for Kentucky Fried, our nickname for her is Kentucky Fried Chicken. How did she get that? Unless she had a mole in your Discord,
There's
we
always
weren't saying
going to
it
be
publicly
there's
until
going to be
then.
there's going to be moles every fucking where. That's how we do each other. You got people like, let's just say everybody's Patreon is $5 a month. It'll be a bitch, a few of them to be exact, that'll sign up for $60 a month worth of Patreons just to start shit. Well, she said this, well, she said that, and she said this. They like that type of shit. It's the misery. It's the misery. Some people, y'all, and I told the ladies this in Discord, they are bored when ain't no fucking tea going on. What do you mean you talking about traveling? What do you mean you're talking about Germany? What do you mean you talking about weight loss? When we need to go ahead and gossip and start some shit. They are bored as fuck. They don't want to hear anything productive. So, you bitches, I put together this very short course for you. I'm hoping that you're enjoying it. Make sure you're taking notes, putting it in your phone, whatever.
And for the love of God, would you bitches stop concerning yourselves with what type of brass we do and do not get? What does that have to do with you, the type of brass that we attract? Which you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All that shit is speculation. You're talking out of your ass. You don't know nobody up here. You don't know how we carry ourselves in real lives. You don't know what anybody's profession is. You don't know the circles that we run in. You don't know the type of people that we fuck with, because most divested women don't fuck with nobody in Blackistan, which includes bitches like y'all. So
Oh, and
understand that.
I wanted to also clarify, as a real debutante, look, other people can spot a fake debutante after 5 minutes, because guess what? When I drink alcohol, I don't turn into a hood rat 5 minutes later.
Pinkies up.
That bitch ain't no debutante. That bitch, she knows she bottom of the barrel. That's how you can tell the real people from the pretenders. When you ain't used to shit, you just like you can always tell some new money versus some old money. You can tell a bitch that ain't never had nothing. So when she finally gets something, is everything in the world up, and all of a sudden everybody becomes, oh, you broke, oh, you this, you talking to people that been had money and that shit ain't nothing new, so they ain't got to do all that flexing you bitches be doing. See, that's what I'm saying. They don't understand. That's why a lot of us can be down to earth now, because a lot of this shit that they're doing, been there, done that. That shit is old. What the point? I mean, that's why I say they dumb as hell, and they really have a childish way of thinking for real. Just because you see a group of women get up here and we kick back and we have a good time. I mean, how many times we got to say this? They understand code switching any other time. Do you think that we go to somebody's job talking like this every day, all day? Grow the
No.
fuck
Well,
up.
well,
And
I would,
also,
I'd
Go
like
ahead,
to
Snap.
just
Go
say
ahead,
one
Snapple.
thing here.
Let
Okay,
Snapple go, and then you
go
go,
ahead.
Ebony.
I was gonna say, like, these be the same bitches who say we worship Brad, right? We worship Brad. We're so focused on worshiping the white man, but all they can zero in on is the type of Brads we may or may not get. You know, like it's like, why is that only where your head is at? Out of all the shit that this is not a dating strategy lifestyle channel. So why the
Thank
fuck are you
you.
so concerned about what type of Brads we may or may not get, bitch? Because that's where your fucking head is at. You're dickmatized and dick dizzy and worried about men and dick and penis. Bitch, we up here talking about some real shit, spitting gems. Fuck if you don't like the delivery, bitch. You don't have to like the delivery. That's being an adult. That's being a real person. You ain't gonna like everybody's personality. But the fact that you dumbass bitches who are the same bitches who sit here and try to say that this channel praises Brad and worships the white man as though you're some type of better because you don't, but you worried about what type of white man we may or may not get. Bitch, we wasn't even talking about that. How about that?
Hmm. Go ahead, Ebony. That's a fact. I've never been a relationship coach. What the fuck? I think relationship coaches are, they're usually failed relationship participants, to be honest with you. Huh? You don't recognize toxicity when you see it. You don't recognize red flags when you see it. Somebody got to coach you through that shit. Somebody hollering at you. Somebody not returning texts. Somebody not giving you any reciprocity in the love that you're showing them. You need a coach for that shit. You think sitting up, putting on a dress, looking good, and sitting there sipping on your martini is going to pull somebody, ma'am? That's what relationship. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to go on a rant, child. I ain't no fucking relationship coach. Go ahead. Okay, she must have put
I
herself on.
only
Oh,
wanted to
okay,
say
okay,
just elegance and class do not have to announce themselves.
that part.
Okay, so elegance usually knows elegance. Class knows class. Trash knows trash.
Child, listen, my husband, my husband, right? He doesn't interact with DZ. Do you understand that? Do you think for 1 minute I go downstairs after I'm done talking up here and ask them, "Hey, bitch, what did you cook for dinner tonight, motherfucker?" Do you think
Yeah,
I
they
go down there?
think
What the
that's what they think. That's what they think.
fuck? Hey, goddamn it, with your white ass, what you doing down here? You ought to be. No, he doesn't interact with DZ. He interacts with somebody completely different. And if that is gonna help you in your goddamn dating strategy, well, you're welcome, huh? Next, be prepared to take care of them kids by yourself. I don't care if you're in a relationship with him. I don't care if he's so-called stage or unicorn or whatever. After you get off work, you gonna be cooking. You gonna be bathing them kids. You are going to help them with their homework. Look, that's if you're a good mom, because some of you bitches ain't doing that shit. They at the school acting a fucking fool, but that's besides the point. You are going to be a single mother in a relationship. I told you that black men don't like children and they don't like you. The kids are going to be your responsibility. As a matter of fact, your king is going to be a kid too. So if you got 3 kids, you really have 4. Okay. And by the way, you 15 steps ahead of the other bitches, because if he's still there, that's amazing in itself. But make no mistake about it, you will be responsible for those children. Point blank the fuck period. And that's where that mouth guard comes in. If you don't, the mouth guard is going to be very useful for you because he's going to swing on your ass if they too loud while the Hawks is playing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take care of those kids alone and don't even expect child support because we already know they not gonna work and they new man is gonna sit them down and take care of them. So you won't get child support. So don't even bother asking about that because you won't be getting it.
That $40 a month is something else. I swear to God. Let me scroll up and put my.
Hey y'all, it's Cassie. And if you do ask about that, in regards to what Leah just said, if you do ask for money, you might, I forget what number it was, but you might want to get ready for a millimeter or a nine or something to come flying at your forehead if you asking him for child support. So that's another one you're gonna have to add together, another chapter that go along with chapter 13.
Okay, let me see if TSC is Dusty. TSC, are you Dusty?
Hello?
TSC, are you Dusty?
No, I'm not Dusty.
Okay, what you got, TSC?
I wanted to know, how do you divest if you live in like Blackistan?
Well, first, you're going to have to divest mentally. Okay. That's number one. And your whole goddamn focus needs to be on how to get away, doing things that is going to take you steps forward to get out of Blackistan. I understand that there's a whole bunch of financial issues, locale, transportation issues, so on and so forth. You're gonna have to divest mentally. So let's say you living in Blackistan and it's a whole bunch of bullshit going on. A kid being shot, that ain't your business, right? You shouldn't be interacting with black men if it's not mandatory. You should not be sitting up holding convos and just small talk and all that shit there. Avoid them where you can. And then when you're not busy, go ahead and make steps to get the fuck away.
Oh,
Divestment has nothing to do with your address. Actually, it starts with the state of mind. Like, how much do I have to deal with these people? Do we think alike? Do we do a lot of the same shit? Like, no, absolutely not. I am nothing like the I I used to live in the projects years and years ago. I always knew I had nothing in common with the people that I was living around. I was getting up, going to school every day while they was sitting around hanging outside doing absolutely nothing all day. Them bitches was in the same spot I left them in that later that evening that they was in that morning when I left and went to my classes. So they let me know you haven't done anything all damn day long. They let me know right then. Me and these people ain't got shit in common. You want to sit on your ass and do nothing. I'm the type of person that's taking 4 buses a day because I didn't have a car at the time to do what the fuck I needed to do because I was not about to sit my ass there and stay there. That wasn't me. I always knew I deserved better and I was gonna get more out of life. I didn't want that shit for myself. So divestment has nothing to do with your address, actually.
Mm-hmm.
To DZ's point, a good starting point is to roll back your interactions with black males. Like, let's say you're at the grocery store and the cashier is a black male. Don't be doing all that chit chat. Just say, you know, good afternoon. Please double bag such and such. That's
Shit,
it.
I wouldn't even
Peace.
say that shit. Good afternoon. He would miss me with that. It's please double bag that.
Yeah.
Period. Fuck
Yeah.
good
And
afternoon.
And
And
you may have, and you may have to, if you if you live in a very expensive area, like shout out to you New Yorkers, you may need to reconsider moving somewhere else that's more economically feasible for you.
Well, I
yeah, and
currently
I
live
guess
Go ahead, TSC.
I currently live in Baltimore, which is really
Oh
black,
my
I guess
god.
you could say. But I don't interact with a lot of black people, only at my job, which I work at a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I stay to myself. It's just me and my son. And I currently take therapy. Like, I've been in therapy for about a year. Um but it's hard to like for instance, if I go into my house, if I see a black man behind me, I'm nervous. That's just, I've always been that way. Um, so I will walk past my house before I go inside my house
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know if they're following me. Because I have had times where I felt like they were following me, or
Mm-hmm.
um, it is stuff like that. And like right now, I'm trying to work on, like, I'm going back to school so I can get a better job, so I can get a better environment.
Wonderful.
But
yeah, I
I
was gonna say too. We were talking about that in the Discord recently, just giving tips and definitely keep your head on a swivel, like how you are. That's very smart because you can't be. Don't let your guard down and get too comfortable. You already said you stay to yourself, but like if you had like many friends or family members, you definitely want to cut them off. Don't be having them just coming to your house, showing up to your house, or trying to invite you to baby showers and shit. You know, the weather about to be nice. They about to be having cookouts and shit where they be shooting. Don't go to the, like, just take control where you can for now. Avoid the Blackistani events. Avoid those hood ass gas stations and bodegas. Go out of your way if you drive to like the suburban areas to do your errands, and just do that. Adapt your lifestyle. It's worth it to go out of your way to spend the money and the time to go out of your way to like a nicer area to run your errands until you can physically get yourself out of that situation altogether.
And I just wanted
Oh,
to speak really quickly to the like I'm from New York City, born and raised, so I could speak from like a urban tri-state situation. Now I live far in the subs. Like I say the borough I live in and people be like, "Oh, where the white people are." Like I'm deep, deep, deep in the subs. But it starts also to everybody said mentally, but also emotionally, divesting emotionally. A lot of people have attachments. Like even you said it just now when you're like, "Oh, if a black guy's behind me, I've always, I kind of feel bad, but I always get nervous." Don't feel bad about anything that's connected to the black community. You have to emotionally disconnect as well. And to Snapple's point, don't be afraid to drive further out to different areas and more safer areas, and start getting used to that environment. Start getting used to being around different ethnicities of people that isn't just black people, because it's nothing worse than moving to a new area, but you're not familiar with being around those people, and now you feel uncomfortable again, but just in a different way. So it's
Y'all,
baby
she
steps.
lives in a real live capital of Blackistan. TSC, I'm trying to make sure I don't mess up nobody's name. Look, that place is a shit hole. It's so many goddamn murders and unalivings and crimes. I'm talking about carjackings, all types of shit around there. It has gotten so out of control over there. It's ridiculous. Okay. The carjackings is number one. Okay. I just do what you got to do. Make sure you do well in school, study, like Snapple said, and I've said millions of times before, keep your head on the swivel, trust nobody. That includes the mammies in your neighborhood, right? Just, you got a job to do, and that's make sure you are safe. So whatever you got to do to get the fuck from out of Baltimore, because that city has been shit. It's been a horrible fucking place to be for a long time. A long time. That's one of Blackistani capitals. Baltimore,
one way.
Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta. They're all shit holes. Houston, right? New York City. It's horrible. So
Cleveland, Milwaukee.
Honey. So
Compton, Oakland. Sorry.
yeah. So I'm glad
Did
you.
somebody say Memphis, Mississippi?
Oh God, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Aaliyah, I
we
like how you said listed the whole state of Mississippi.
so
Just
yeah.
throw
Another
everything.
way to, the way I did it before, we had DZ and all other people who were giving us the tea. I did it a long time ago. One of the main ways I got out of it, I didn't let people know what I was doing.
Period.
I di- I didn't say a word. They were guessing. They were guessing. Oh well, I wonder how many abortions she had. She don't have any kids. I mean, it got that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let people know what you're doing. Don't let them know, because they want to know so they can sabotage you.
Y'all
That
be
is very
careful.
true.
Be careful. We're talking pretty rough up here to guests on the panel. Lipstick Alley, how did we do tonight, bitches? Huh? She didn't come up here sideways. She had a fucking question and she got the shit answered in the way that we
Yeah.
always answer shit. Whores.
She didn't
Yeah.
start yelling at you, DZ. She didn't
Look,
start
shout
yelling
out
at
to
you.
the bitches on shout out to the bitches on Lipstick Alley that actually get it. I know y'all get chewed the fuck out on Lipstick Alley whenever you agree with something going on over here.
Right. It's
y'all
not all of them. Some of them are cool. But I wanted
exactly.
to say to Ebony's point too. Yeah, definitely be careful with the social media. I know we live in a day and age of flexing, and it is nice to like share that you got a promotion or you got a certification or you got a new car or whatever, especially on dusty ass Facebook. Stay off of Facebook. Deactivate your Facebook, first of
Shit,
all.
stay off of all that
Yeah.
shit.
But don't make any announcements. Those are your accomplishments. Those people don't give a fuck about you. So it doesn't make any point. It doesn't make any sense to share because they're preying on your downfall.
Snapple, they
Move in
also
silence.
it gets even worse, Snapple. Did y'all know that when y'all post y'all accomplishments on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere, there's a bitch looking at it like she's mad that happened for you.
Oh
I know you
yes,
don't believe it,
Lord.
but they
When I
look at it and they see you do something good happening in your fucking life. They'll put a heart on it. But guess what, bitch? They hate that happened to you. I remember when that
yes,
bitch was fucked up in high school. I remember when she did this, that, and the other thing. They don't like that shit, but they'll type up under there, go girl. They phonier than a motherfucker.
Yes, and I know that's for a fact. When I had my Facebook page, the amount of hating from women of all races. I
You
guess
don't
they
need
think,
their validation anyway, to be honest with you. Y'all don't need their validation.
yes.
Be proud of your fucking self. Seriously. Be proud of yourself. You got you a new car? You ain't got to post that shit. Be happy that you got your new car. Shit. Flex in front of your damn self. You the most important person anyway. Am I right or wrong? I mean,
No, you're right. And for the person who said New Orleans, that's another whole state I'm gonna have to throw in there. Throw everything in Louisiana. Just like Mississippi, throw in Louisiana, the whole state.
mm-hmm.
Cause let's be honest, Baton Rouge and Shreveport ain't no better.
Look, everywhere they are, I'm not trying to be. What's the lady name that be in the chat all the time? I want to be where the Nakers are not. That's a beautiful name. I'm serious. Okay.
Uh,
TSC, you got any other questions?
No, that was it. Thank you.
I appreciate you coming up. That's what's up. You welcome up here anytime.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
DZ,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
mean to interrupt.
I was just telling her bye, girl.
Oh, I wanted to circle back to what Ebony and Snapple mentioned. Like, keep your cards close to your vest. Don't flex. And also with your Blackistani friends and family in real life, you need to slowly, you need to disappear. You don't need to have some big announcement or some big breakup fight or whatnot. Just start reducing the amount of invitations to do stuff that you accept and just fade into the background. Because if they know that, look at Shanquella, if they know that you're about to elevate, that hate can be triggered against you. That's what happened with Shanquella. She was the only one trying to do something. She still wanted to hang around with her Blackistan friends, and we see what happened.
Oh, and don't forget the multi-letter mafia friends that she had with her. Bitches, I thought that those types of men were not dangerous. You haven't answered for that yet. God damn, it's tough when you can't say bitches' names up there telling them to go ahead and deal with the multi-letter mafia men. Oh, they were in on it too. They're part of the reason that she got beat the fuck up and killed out there, right? So are you gonna tell them about that?
But DZ, they don't have hard boy dicks, they have soft girl dicks, so it's different.
Get the fuck out of here. And last but not motherfucking least, I hope you enjoyed your course. Check it out, right? After being his mama, cooking and cleaning, doing laundry, taking care of the kids, holding down 3 jobs, right? Procuring the health insurance, getting your mouthpiece, getting your bulletproof vest and your helmet, you need to be submissive at all times. When you're sick, when you're angry, right? Because that's a normal human emotion to be angry, okay? To have a bad day, that's normal as well. But you need to hide all of that and make sure that you are at his feet, rubbing them, putting your shea moisture on that motherfucking shit. You are not allowed to have a bad day. It's all about him. The moment that it's not about him, you gonna have a goddamn problem. Point blank the fuck period. Y'all got anything? Because we got an update on the couple goals, people.
Well, I think you did it, DZ. I think now the mammies will start to like you. You gave them a course. You spoke their language. I mean, maybe now all the fuck shit will cease. Yeah, right. I'm just joking.
To be honest with you, go ahead.
Nadalia.
No, to be honest with you, I was just about to say I'm tired of this submissive shit altogether. I don't care if I never hear that word again for the rest of my life. God damn, they done ran that shit in the ground. I'm so tired of hearing about this.
That's what you got to be when you wanted to halfway work. Listen, and after doing all of that shit, including being submissive, you have to remember the most important rule on there. Number 4, be accepting of the 2 coochie minimum. Point blank the fuck period.
No, submission in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's just that, just like a Blackistan fucks everything else up, they fuck that word up for me too. God damn.
That and half. I'm talking about you can be with your man and he could be saying you want to split it 50-50. You're talking about a piece of cake and you thinking he's talking
exactly. They'll fuck up a wet dream. Like, god damn.
They bastardize everything.
Look, y'all. Let's look at homegirl one more time before we update the couples goals. Black love for the win. And she said, mind your business. Well, well, don't forget you jealous. Let's go.
Tonight, the mother of a murdered Richland County woman is looking to turn the tragedy into a rallying cry against domestic violence.
Winter Straw's family confirmed she was killed in last night's multi-hour standoff.
Yes, the woman in these TikToks that I've showed, she's no longer with us. Okay? He went on ahead and took her the fuck out. He shot her and then he took himself out. Listen to me. These people on these TikToks and all this other shit on these platforms that's posting these couples goals and all this shit and get ready with us and I'm rubbing his feet and we love each other. Ain't no love like this. He took her the fuck out. Mind you, she told y'all before she got up out of here how jealous you are, how good that relationship is. Yes, there's unicorns out there. Yes, black love exists. Let's keep going.
Between deputies and a barricaded man. Richland County Sheriff's deputies say they found Straw dead outside before starting negotiations with the suspect.
So this happened on the 700 block of Mallet Hill Road in Richland County. That's on the northeast side. Chris Joseph spoke with Winter's mom today.
LaShawn Williams is the mother of Winter Straw and describes Straw's murder as a shock and a betrayal. She says she's now turning her energy to taking on domestic violence.
She was a good friend, good sister, great daughter, all around just a good person, a rising star.
LaShawn Williams spoke lovingly of her daughter, Winter Straw, describing her as determined and community-driven. She says the family welcomed the man and there were never any signs of mistreatment.
We didn't see any signs.
Lies. Lies. Did you see he was black? Did you see that the ending of his name was Quan? His name is Saquon, y'all. That's a lie. There were signs as soon as you saw him. Prejudging? Abso-fucking-lutely. There were signs. If he's African American, from South Africa, South America, Canada, and he looks like a black man, you had a sign. That's a lie.
No signals. It wasn't like she was coming around us with black eyes or anything like that.
She came around you with a black man. Period. This shit got on my nerve. You handed a rising star of a daughter, determined community activist, beautiful young lady, and you let her and co-signed Quan into her life. Make no mistake about it, I wouldn't be talking to my daughter. Listen, I don't co-sign that relationship. I can't tell you what to do, but I have to tell you, if anything happens to you, I don't want the blood on my hands. I love you, baby girl, but I ain't co-signing that shit.
So there was none of that.
Making the murder a shock.
It is definitely a betrayal because this man looked me in my eyes all the time. And whenever I would talk to him, I'd say, I'm giving you my child, a wholehearted, bubbly personality. And that's how I want to get her back. And he always assured me he would never do anything to hurt my child.
She says Winter's death has given the family a new purpose.
We want to make it clear, real clear. Domestic violence is not a joke. It's not something that we should take lightly. For those of you that are posting on Facebook and doing all that unnecessary stuff, I don't care.
That's what your daughter was doing. That's what your baby girl was doing. Posting all that unnecessary nonsense, making these little girls think. Because the average user of TikTok is what, 11? Right? Making everybody think you can do this too. I
don't care what a person does to you. You don't have the right to take her life. You don't have the right to put your hands on nobody.
County officials have not confirmed the name of the suspect, but the sheriff's department did report he died in the hospital overnight from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Williams says that the family will be hosting a vigil this evening for Straw at the Carrington Place at Wildwood Apartment Homes at 6:30. Reporting in Richland County, Chris Joseph.
Bye, Chris. Bye, Zeddy. Yeah, so... Okay. That is why I'm not with that bullshit. Oh, you being too harsh. Oh my God, that girl died. She didn't have to. You don't have to. Ladies, you don't have to. Well, DZ, white men do it too. Well, that's where the vetting comes in. That's where you don't let motherfuckers know where you live until they prove themselves comes in. I ain't talking about no black men. They don't get a shot. They don't get a fucking shot. You need to 86 all black men and vet all others. I've said that a billion times. This did not have to happen. RIP to her. I hope her mother heals. I hope her mother divests and stop handing. Oh, y'all got to stop. Even the young girls, y'all got to stop handing y'all friends over to these niggas. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, all right, girl. I don't care if you grew up with her and y'all went to high school together. When you see she's with a Dusty, and I think you know what a Dusty is at this point, put her on pause. Get her out your life. Because imagine if you were her friend and you were over there when the shit went down. You think you would have been spared? I don't know.
And stop promoting toxicity. There's nothing cute about it. There's nothing sexy about it. There's nothing funny about it. Nothing funny about it at all. All you're going to do is find yourself on one of these news articles or one of these news channels or whatever on YouTube or whatever be the case. No one really enjoys toxicness but someone who's toxic. And you're going to end up in two places, either the grave or in jail.
Yeah,
I've always said
Go
black
ahead,
women are
girl.
extremely immature. Black women are, the mindset is just so childish because the reason why it's very hard to feel sorry for them, because even when you try to tell them, you try to give them advice or you try to give them warnings, they turn around and get an attitude with you or curse you all the way to hell out, because in their minds, you're just hating on their relationship.
Yep.
You're just jealous of them. You just want what they got. And it's like, no, dear, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save your life. Did you ever think of that? Or maybe I know something that you don't. Because see, a lot of times these girls have all the information that they need right there. They had an ex-girlfriend as the example. If he treated his ex-girlfriend like shit, beat the shit out of her, don't take care of his kids with her, everything, what makes you think, oh, because he came to you and whispered in your ear, oh, she just jealous because I don't want to be with her. Oh, she just hating because I moved on. Oh, she just trying to destroy my life because I don't want her and all this shit. So you going to take his word over it. You already see how he treats women, what his track record is. He treated his ex like trash. He most likely treats his mama and sister like trash. See, that's why I say all the signs are there, but no, you know better though. Nobody else knows what they're talking about. That's why I said black women immature and they childish. You think everybody wants what you got. You think everybody wants your man, and then it's usually the ones with the worst type of niggas on their arms swearing up and down. Everybody want that nigga. And it's like, bitch, don't nobody want that nigga but you. I'm trying to help you out.
Look, you remember you just said the word submission. They have trashed that word for you. They have the word for me is jealousy. Seriously. Everybody, when they don't agree with you, they jealous. Really? Ma'am, I look at the background of shit. Okay, I see that apartment. I see all the other shit. I see shit in the background. Okay, no, they've torn jealousy up for me. I don't even, that shit just flies right over my head every time a bitch get online talking about somebody jealous of them. Real
And
shit.
y'all shouldn't be afraid too. This is reminding me of something. This shouldn't be afraid too of someone who treats you good. Never forget, two associates I knew pre the pandemic both met their partners online. That's what you're into. That's what you're into. Good stories come out of it from what I heard. One is white. The other one, I think he's Puerto Rican. One friend ended up married happily with her zaddy doing her thing. The other one is a baby mama times two. Because you know, she don't like a guy who's too nice or who's too into her, because she presumes that they are a part of the, you know, the other community. Just because a guy is nice to you or treats you well or respects you or cherishes you, that doesn't mean that he's weird, or that whatever it is that the black community is teaching y'all, throw that in the garbage too. A man shouldn't be dogging you out and treating you
They
like
know that shit. Honestly, Cassie, they know this, right? You saw in a little short clip, it said the word toxic in there. So she knew it was toxic. Okay? She was told several times. All of these mammies have been told several times. When somebody treats them well, they call them lame or gay. Period.
Mhm.
Because they like some of this shit, honestly. And for them, they can't divest. There's no divesting for them. But when you know some shit and you sign up for it, I have no responsibility to mourn you. All I can say is RIP and move the fuck on, because guess what? There's a whole bunch of bitches waiting behind you to get covered, and make no mistake about it, I'm gonna cover them. But that's really sad. And this is not the first time that this has happened. Several TikTokers are not here anymore. Up under the same circumstances, those niggas are in jail. He's not here anymore. But hey, the girl is not here. That's all I actually gave a fuck about. But I'm like, God damn, if y'all go to their TikTok, there's so many videos. It's nothing but love and caring and giving and massages and trips and food and all the shit all over the place. And look at where she ended up. There is no such thing as a goddamn unicorn. I don't know how many times I can tell you that.
Did y'all did y'all catch how the mother said that her daughter was so community oriented? That should have been alarm bells too. Why would you want your black daughter to be community oriented for a community that hates her?
I mean, they don't see it that way. They think that, I mean, a lot of people black women especially, are still in denial about their role within the black community and what the black community has done for them. I had to learn a long time ago that the black community didn't give a fuck about me. So, but a lot of black women really have a hard time coming to terms with that. And it could be hard to take at first, especially when you are the type that have been out there in the community and have done things. And I'm sorry, it's a cold, hard truth you have to face. You care about a community that don't give a fuck what happens to you, and that's just the fact of the matter. And people try to pretend like it's not that way. No, if your ass is not a black man, just know right now, you don't matter. I'm telling you straight up. We've all said it. You don't matter. And it's hard to take, but that's just what it is. And how many times do they have
time with the truth? They have a very hard time with the truth.
Yeah, and they show you that, and that's why I say it's kind of hard to feel sorry for them. And I know people get upset about that, but at the same time, like I said, it's not like the warning signs are not there. It's not like you don't have people trying to tell you, but you tell these bitches that they don't need these niggas, and they'll turn around and cuss you the hell out. You can see some in them that they don't see in themselves, and it's like, cause I deal with this in my own family. I look at my own baby cousins sometimes, and I'm like, girl, you got all this going for yourself. You beautiful, you college educated, you got a whole degree, you don't have a job, you have a whole career, you the one with the money, you the one got the job, you the one got what the fuck make you think you need him? Do you not understand you can do better than that? And it's like, exactly, they don't listen to shit, and they're just as likely to turn around and cuss you the fuck out, and you just trying to tell them what's best, what you want, what's best for them.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not going to be considered a fucking mean girl. I'll be mean if you want me to, but I'm not going to be considered a mean girl. Not when y'all bitches cussing out people that's trying to help you, trying to tell you. I don't know what some of that goddamn shit log does to some of these women, but it turned them into animals, dumb ass animals. Y'all, let's talk about this real quick because I found this very interesting. So, y'all remember this clown right here?
Oh, that's Miss Tummy Tuck 4. Yes, you can't forget Miss Tummy Tuck 4.
Bro, so we just said black people have a problem with the truth. So the Tummy Tuck 4 chick, she's right here taking a goddamn, oh my God, I was just trying to get a tummy tuck. Me and these other black men, they was coming to help me and protect me and all this shit. Let's just keep it real. They was down there muling drugs. Really? You went to Mexico for a tummy tuck? Darling, I don't think so. There was a whole lot of other work that needed to be done before you started tucking tummies. I don't believe you. Move right along. Okay. It didn't happen. So it didn't go the way that they wanted it to go. And CNN and all these other liberal places. Oh, the Mexicans. Oh, well, how did Geechee say it? Oh, the Mexicans. They so violent. They so this. What they got their problems. What the fuck ever. Whatever. So, y'all, let's keep going. After her and her Dusties got kidnapped, a couple of them got taken off the earth. She was a survivor of that. Y'all, CNN interviewed her. Just look at the smirk on her face. It's the smirk for me. That's the mammy smirk. The I don't do white men smirk. The I'm gonna sit up here and lie for these kings smirk. I've seen it a billion times. So guess what Tummy Tuck Foe, the bitch version, is up to lately after calling all the Meccasins violent. Oh, Tummy Tuck 4 survivor is arrested for taking her child to fight and waving a gun. You want to guess what? It was her son that she took to fight another child while waving a fucking gun. Ladies, I told you that these mammies are dangerous as fuck. Everybody was feeling so goddamn sorry. Yes, does free black woman Meccasin, right? They got the cartels, and y'all don't never talk about how violent they are. Honey, baby, when you live in a glass house, you can't throw stones, and that's their fucking problem, not mine, right? She just as violent, okay? Sitting up there pretending like somebody took her motherfucking ass, and oh, she's a damsel in distress, and put her hand over her heart, and everybody bought into it, but my group did not. That story didn't make any sense, just like that Ralph Yarl story does not make any sense. And the truth came to light. This right here is a dusty bitch that's as violent as the rest of the goddamn cartel. Cassie, you got anything on this bullshit?
Honestly, when I first saw it, I started laughing. And I know somebody next to me was looking at me kind of crazy, but I was laughing. Nobody should have thought that this woman, when, like you said before, it was a bunch more she needed to do before she started tucking tummy, starting with her arm and removing that big ass tattoo from across her damn chest.
Divested Pearl, click the link. I'm reading that wrong.
We knew
Divested Pearl, hold up a second, Cassie. Divested Pearl, click that link real quick.
Oh,
so I don't misunderstand you, because I'm misunderstanding you right now.
I wonder if that's an Ashley Lip Alley crew. Come click the link.
Because we ready. But yeah, no, I'm not surprised by this. I'm not surprised by this. None of this at all. I'm surprised by the mammies aren't neither. They knew what time it was. They just wanted to push that, black people, you know how they push it. You know how they push it. So I'm not surprised by this at all. I knew it was gonna come out. Honestly, I thought she was gonna get caught with something. I thought they was gonna find a few kilos on her, something like that. I didn't think she was gonna be stupid enough to be out here waving a damn gun on camera.
She's exactly like the rest of these fucking hood rats that deal with black men. You know she already deal with black men, but here's the deal. She got a goddamn son. She violent. Take the kid back up here to fight. Because you got to win every fight. You know how the Blackistan crew do. Every time they see you, they gonna have to fight you until you win that fight. They love fighting. These bitches just as violent as these niggas out here. I'm just gonna keep it real with you.
And let's be clear, this page is about talking about whatever the fuck we want to talk about when we want to talk about it. So they can't be trying to regulate somebody else shit. The more important question is, why the fuck are you here? God damn, you
don't. Pearl. I'm waiting on you. I don't see nobody in my back. I'm waiting on you.
I noticed that Pearl name too, don't y'all?
Pearl. It's giving Mr. Crab's daughter. But I also want the chicks that were in the comments of the last live talking about we need new panelists. Can y'all click the link and show us how it's done? Like, come on, we want to add some new flavors to the panel. Like, click the link. Like, I would love to hear it. I want to hear what y'all got to add to the topics. Like, I'm here for it.
I am so glad you said that, because people seem to have a problem with our participation, but these are the same people who never say anything of any substance for real, if they say anything at all. So my thing is, let's see what you have to contribute to twice a week for 2 hours at a time. Let us know how you can keep us engaged in what you have to say.
You know what it's giving? Motherfucker talking about skin color and sizes. Nobody care about none of that. Speak some real stuff.
You know what? It's just that we have a sisterhood up here. We actually love and support DZ enough to show up twice a week for her. And bitches is mad. Bitches don't know how to comprehend Black women banding together and supporting each other and speaking on necessary topics. So, it's just more mammy babble. But like, if y'all feeling bold, please click the link. I would love to hear y'all's input.
They don't understand it and I said this several times since I've been up here. I'm here because I want to see this woman win. Any way I can help her achieve that, I don't mind doing it. And this is the only panel I participate on all of social media, period. I'm not on anybody else's channel on YouTube. I don't even have a channel of my own. And I will be here for as long as she wants me here. That's her decision. And when the time comes for DZ to close up shop, I'll go away and you'll never hear anything from me again because I don't give a fuck that much. I'm here because of her and her only. I don't give a fuck. To be honest with you, a lot of these Black women, I already know where you are. I already know a lot of you are not interested in divesting and you're not going to. So to be honest with you, if it were not for DZ, I would have been gone a long fucking time ago. So let's be clear on that. I'm up here out of love for this woman and for the Black women who get it. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are some Black women who do get it. The ones that support us and have always supported us, that show up to hear what we have to say every week. I thank you for your support. Thank you for not being swayed. Thank you for not falling prey to this group thinking, this herd mentality where everybody on here want to be against us and talk shit about us. You still show up to hear what we have to say. And I love the fuck out of y'all for that. Because a lot of these bitches can't think for themselves. When somebody else got a problem with you, they all got a problem with you. When somebody else decide they don't like you, then all of a sudden they don't like you either. And it's like, okay, we already see a lot of you bitches sharing brains around this motherfucker. And just because your homegirl got a problem, now all of a sudden you got one. See, that's why I say it takes some real ass motherfuckers to be over here and to contribute in the chat and the comment section. Don't give a fuck what nobody else think about you. Because I know for a fact it's been people that have threatened to cut a lot of y'all off for even not only watching this channel, but even participating. If they see y'all names in the chat or on the channel, then they just don't want to have anything else to do with you, or they'll snatch your wrench if you mods on their channel and every damn thing else, just because of who you support or because of who you listen to. And that's what pisses me the fuck off, because they'll come over here and they can steal our shit and take our commentary of what we say and take that shit back to their channel like that's an original thought or something they came with on their own. But see, bitch, you how the hell you gonna get mad and ostracize somebody else for being over here when clearly you was over here in the clouds too?
That part.
You heard what was said.
Exactly. And I second that. I really shout out to everybody that shows up. That shows you have a mind of your own and you ain't one of these weird ass bitches that's just lurking and scared to comment. Like, yes, I love that. Seriously. And I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something else, but yeah.
Look, I want y'all to see something real quick. Now, when I show this one right here, this woman looks like a content creator. She looks like a content creator. I had to pause the video when it was sent to me and squint at the video. So I'm like, I know that bet not be her. That bet not be her. I'm gonna watch the chat while this shit play.
Pleasanton police have detained a man and a woman for the deadly shooting of a Home Depot worker. Friends and family are grieving the death of 26-year-old Blake Mose.
Police say a woman who was shoplifting shot Blake when he confronted her. KTV's Allie Rasmus has this update on the victim and the investigation.
Friends and family of 26-year-old Blake Mose are devastated. He worked as a loss prevention agent at the Home Depot store in Pleasanton. He was shot at work doing his job and later died from his injuries. His friends and loved ones describe him as a son, brother, fiance, an Eagle Scout who spent hours of his time volunteering with a Scout summer camp.
He's an incredible person. Everybody loved Blake. He's the nicest guy in the world. I can't say anything bad about the guy.
Scott Rogers has known Mose for more than a decade. They were both volunteers at the Scout camp in Cazadero near the Russian River. It's where Mose met his fiancee and fellow volunteer Casey years ago. They were supposed to get married this summer.
The reception was going to actually be at Camp Morene where they met. This is out in Cazadero along the Russian River. We were all so excited for the two of them. They truly loved each other.
The 26-year-old Mose worked as a loss prevention specialist at the Home Depot in Pleasanton. Pleasanton police say around 2 o'clock yesterday, 32-year-old Benicia
Oh,
is that
shit.
golden helmet?
I said no. Somebody finally got TKO'd around this bitch. What the fuck's going on? I'm like, homegirl sent me the video. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. It done got real round this bitch. I'm like, oh shit, knockouts. What's happening? What's
Well,
going on?
it's not her because remember, Golden Helmet has that musty black dress she wears everywhere, and the chick in this mugshot is wearing a red top, so it's not her. But I can see how you can make that mistake.
Let's see who she took with her, y'all. Oh my God, I got real tears.
Naps of Oakland tried to walk out of the back loading dock of the store with a phone charger. When Mose confronted her, she shot him. Mose died from his injuries last night. His co-workers this morning were shaken and saddened.
Great guy. Yeah, he was a very, very, very nice young man. Would do anything for anybody, and he was just trying to do his job for the store.
Within an hour of the shooting.
I wonder if I can't even joke. Fuck it. I can't even joke. Let me take this shit from up here. I looked at that and I swear to God, y'all, I was like, that bet not be a knockout. It bet not be a knockout. God damn, the fact that I would even believe that that would happen. It's the ones that love them goddamn motherfucking apes. Right? And part of the course, y'all, you know how they have the end of the course and they have a little bonus info for you. Baby mama's in Florida. This is coming to a state near you as well. It's not just Florida. Don't be somebody's second baby mama, much less fifth. Ain't that right, flying bird? Let's see.
In Florida, if your baby daddy is already paying child support to a different baby mama, when you establish child support, your child will receive less child support than the first child.
This is so ghetto.
Ooh, that's an attorney. Y'all, baby mamas are becoming more and more ousted around here. So if baby mama number one is getting $110 a month, you're looking at about 80. So since you're stuck on black men, right? You better go ahead and figure out, get out your little calculator and your iPhone and see where you fall in on the baby mama list. Because as the more babies he pop out, each subsequent baby mama is going to get less. This is a damn shame that this is a lesson for your community.
And you know, I said the same thing about Nick Cannon and all them children. He was fucking having like, how far you think that money going with the more kids you keep spitting out? And he's still talking about having even more kids on top of that. And see, that's why I said forced sterilization needs to be a real thing. All of concepts that have been stolen off this panel, mind you, right now, because if you go back, you'll see we were the first to talk about all this shit. But that forced it should definitely be a thing because he's doing this now for sport. He thinks this is, a game, like this is a competition. Let me see how many of my kids I can populate the world with. That's why I said when he talks, everything is a joke to him. It's a game. He really thinks that this is a game at this point, and it's like it's not cute. And those women are gonna find themselves assed out if anything happens to him. And just imagine what that means for the regular Joe Schmo, y'all regular having all these goddamn babies for. When it's time for your child to get something, what do you think is gonna be there to get? Because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And a lot of these motherfuckers already don't have nothing to begin with. So what you think y'all really get besides a whole bunch of kids?
You said like Nick Cannon think it's a game, but black women are a game to black men. They are. They're cannon fodder for all of their bullshit. And guess what? Black women are signing up for the shit. Okay? They are. I'm finna go.
Well, before we go, I missed out on I wanted to also thank all the supporters who show up for UDZ and show up for us in the panel and just show up, period, because it takes a lot of bravery to put your law in with DZ publicly. It takes a lot.
It's a shame that that's the case. I'm telling you, that's a because where have we lied? Where have we given any misinformation? So why is it a shame to participate over here?
And that's the thing. Like they never can say, oh, they lied or oh, that wasn't true. It's always, we don't like her accent. We don't like how she talks. This one yells too much. This one does that too much. But it's never any real actual critique on the information because it's the motherfucking truth, period.
Girl.
Thank you, all of you ladies, for showing up. And I definitely appreciate it. And I love seeing all of y'all here every Tuesday and Friday. And part of the issue they also have with DZ is that we actually have built a sisterhood. They're not used to Black women actually coming together about something and enforcing boundaries. It is hashtag all here, and we enforce that.
No, we were supposed to drag each other by now and split off and start going to other people's channels and panels, dragging the fuck out of DZ, and then doxing each other, telling all that we have heard or what we found out in Discord and everything we know about each other. Yo, we supposed to been started doing that a long time ago. Because DZ had already said, if you take a break, I can't wait for the rumors to start that me and you have fallen out. Because that's what they waiting on.
Oh,
They won't.
They are. They say what they say. Channel gonna implode and we're gonna turn on each other. They wait for it. They're weird. They're weird ass Blackistani minded ass bitches, and they can't comprehend Black women actually being up here together and actually having a sisterhood. It's really mind boggling to these weird ass bitches that tune in twice a week, mind you, religiously to critique the panel. Shout out to y'all. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all bitches are weird.
And see, here's the thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyra.
Well, I was going to say, and that's also why they're so interested in DZ's Discord, because we've actually built a sisterhood. They just can't believe it. They can't believe that, yes, we actually say the hard R behind the wall. We just say, well, YouTube censorship is off over there. And we actually have a sisterhood over there. People aren't interested in other people's Discords. The fuck?
Let me ask you this. Well, let me just tell you this. I'm going to tell you what's going to be said about what you said. How is there a sisterhood when people take screenshots out of your Discord? Bitch, listen. If you got a Discord, let me tell you this. You got a mole. You got a mole. Because I have an inbox, right? And I get some of y'all shit. I'm going to let you sleep on that fucking shit this weekend. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't share the fucking shit. That's what I didn't do. Right? I got sent those same fucking courses, ma'am. Miss, I'm talking about dookie logs and shit like that. I didn't share the shit. I didn't share some of the recordings, Miss Confine Me, right? I didn't share any of the other pictures that I got of soap and shadows and all this shit here. Okay? I got it though, but I wouldn't do you like that. So moving right along.
And see, here's the thing. And I told DZ this, and I'm going to say it again. YouTube is not that important to me. And I don't know what people think about what I think about this woman for real. But when I said this is somebody I consider to be a friend in real life, I meant that shit. And like I told her, YouTube is never going to be as important to me as any of that other bullshit. Before I feel like I don't agree with her, I'll walk away from this shit and I'll just be done with it before I ever go there. As far as trying to drag her or talk about her with any of you bitches, don't wait for that. What I'm trying to say, don't wait for that, because it's not gonna happen. As a matter of fact, hold your breath. That's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to hold y'all breath and wait for Aaliyah and DZ to turn on each other and see how much Aaliyah gonna participate in that bullshit. Hold your breath on that. Because I just don't care that much.
And to answer another question, I'm sorry, DZ.
Girl, we headed to Discord. Y'all know we can talk all night. We do that shit to 1 a.m. sometime in Discord. So, right? Let me be petty one more time before we go for your Black love bitches. See y'all on Taco Tuesday.
Bye. Night, ladies.